Hello, I am Carlos Rodriguez. This morning, the battle for the 2 a.m. time slot on free radio continues. So this morning, we have two finalists, and they are Frankie the Frenchman for Frenchie's Advice Show and the Rock Hour with Bobby McGee. These two finalists will have like a half-hour time slot back to back at 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. If you'd like to call in and place your votes for the winner of the full-time 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. time slot on free radio, we would much like it to have you help us out. After all, the free radio is supported by the public listeners and of the merchants of the tribe in East Vancouver. And we are having the contest to see who will fill permanently the slot from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. We have had many auditioners. We'd like to thank them for their patience. And what you will hear upcoming is the two plugs from Frankie the Frenchman, followed by the plug for the Rock Hour with Bobby McGee. Place your votes and see what we can do all together here at the free radio station in East Vancouver, BC, Canada. You know, I was walking on the beach the other day and the policeman came up to me. He told me, "What are you doing here?" I said, "This is my beach." And the policeman put me in jail. And then when I come before the judge to tell the judge what happened, the judge asked me what I do. I tell him I was on the beach. The judge, I don't know what to do with the judge. But he put me in jail for a long time and now I'm out on probation. And my advice to you, anyone who's listening, if the police pull you over and you're on the beach, don't tell him it's your beach or anything about the beach because you may get in trouble. I don't know what about the word beach, but it gets me in trouble every time. Like if I ask somebody, "Do you know where the beach is?" They don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes I'm standing on the beach, I'm enjoying the view, and many times I can't control myself. I say, "What a beach!" And somebody, I don't know why for, they slap me in the face. And like the other day, I walk into the sea place, I tell you, on the other floor. I asked them, "Do you have a sheet?" Because I want to buy a blanket. I say, "Hey," but I didn't say about the blanket. I said, "Do you have a sheet?" Before I know it, I'm arrested and put again in jail. So before I sign off, I say to you, we are going to play back to back the two finalists and their plugs for their shows that they want to replace and fill the 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. time slot on free radio. We will have a Frankie the Frenchman for Frenchie's Advice Show and the Rock Hour with Bobby McGee. The radio station is supported by listeners such as just like yourself. So please feel free to donate, to call up with your opinions. After all, our programming revolves around you, the listener. So this is Carlos Rodriguez.
Hey, this is me, Franchi. I want to tell you about my show between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. It is the radio show where you phone in to talk to me, Franchi, the DJ guy for the night. I will entertain you and your friends, whoever they may be. I don't really care, but you know, you join me in my show, I accept your phone calls and we can chat the whole night away like that, you know. I am a casual guy. I sit here on the show and I take my time. I do what I do. I go as I go. So if you want to get in with me on the show radio, you can. This free radio, we can talk about things because if we talk about it, and you know, I know, but people don't know, so we discuss it and we let them know what we're talking about. I mean, that is why we have this free radio because the people they help pay for it. The thing, the radio, they want to hear what they want to hear, and we are here tonight talking when I come on the radio between 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning about things that the people who pay for the radio that you're listening to right now want to hear. It's as simple as that, eh? I mean, come on, what with you thinking something else entirely different? And what is with it being so cold in Montreal out there, eh? I tell you, I come back from there for vacation. I think I'm going to have a great time, but I fall on my ass like it was rubber. To make matters worse, I come here to Vancouver. It snows just as hard, you know. I fall down again on my ass like rubber, and people laugh at me. They don't laugh at you in Montreal because they're too busy falling down, I tell you. But here they're just too busy trying to hold on to trees and say, hey, I love you. I don't know what you're doing, but maybe if you hug me as hard as you're hugging that tree, I wouldn't fall down on my ass like it's rubber, I tell you. But enough of this complaining, I tell you. Stay tuned for my advice show from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. and we can talk about things like you used to talk about with your mother and father when you were small, but they didn't care to talk to you like that's, you know, the way it was when I was a little kid, I tell you, but no one cared then, and maybe I care more now. That's why I'm on the radio. Frenchie's advice show from 2 to 3, and we can talk about things.
So, rockers, think you know how to rock? Join me, Bobby McGee, as we discuss how to rock and roll. My show coming up soon for you and yours, lovely, truly bluely, yes, that lovely little piece of beauty sitting beside you, the one who's dreaming of me when she touched you, and those who will be the ones that totally like, you know, admit it. We both, and all of three of us really, know differently. But you know, 2 to 3 in the morning, the rock hour with me, Bobby McGee. She'll want you sitting there beside her because she knows how special I am and how really much my opinion matters in the music industry. And if you're looking for excitement, whoever Bobby McGee is, you've got to be there. I've gone out to East Vancouver to look through the local artists and bands and come forward with a compilation of music like none other. Come along with me, Bobby McGee, from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning, where we can have some fun. You, I, and your girlfriend there. Yeah, that's right. I'll send your girlfriend, really. And you know, really, if she's not into it, I could talk to your mum. You know, what's wrong with that, really? Come on along with Bobby McGee, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning. Call me up. Phone lines are open. See if you know how to discuss rock and roll. I think that, you know, when I've gone out there, discussed rock and roll with the musicians to tell them that they're on the rock hour, the personalities I met were quite enthusiastic in portraying the perspective of the different avenues of rock and roll. So, you know, let's discuss that tonight from like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Totally bring your babe, you know. She knows me, and I know her. You know me. You've heard about me in your night conversations, you know, where you discuss your fantasies and like that. But sorry, you could call in and talk to me about that if you like. We discuss mostly the topic of rock and roll. This is me, Bobby McGee. Come on to excitement. Whoever you want to be is right beside me because, you know, really, the women are like magnets, and you know, really, when the new sheriff's in town, all the bad boys sort of rush away, and the babes come rushing right to me, Bobby McGee, the new sheriff in town, doing an outlook on the musicians and bands out there in like East Vancouver. I'm on the free radio. Please stay tuned. After the break, we're coming forward with the show, and from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m, you know, it's me, Bobby McGee, the Rock Hour.
Alright, don't forget to find your way. Say Frenchie the Frenchman on the Advice Show and the Rock Hour with Bobby McGee. Coming up, we are going to play both their shows back to back up until 3 a.m. We'd like to get your votes to see which finalist will win the time slot between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Until the show starts, we will take your calls to get your opinions on both plugs for both shows that will be competing for the 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. time slot here on Free Radio, East Vancouver, BC, Canada. Alright, we are here ready to take your calls. Please feel free to call in. Oh, it looks like we have a caller. Okay, caller, you're on the line with Carlos Rodriguez on Free Radio and East Vancouver, BC, Canada. What did you think of the two plugs for the time slot between 2 and 3 a.m.?
I remember my buddies like that Power Hour one there. It sounded pretty good, you know. What time's that guy on?
The guy is on between 2 and 3 a.m. If he wins the finalist competition for to fill the time slot.
I tell you, you know, just let that guy win there because, you know, rock and roll is never gonna die, man, you know. I mean, take your butts off, sit down and listen to the stuff for a while. We think it's pretty good.
Well, after the show is over, when we play both shows back to back up until 3 a.m., you can vote on which show you like. The winner, of course, will get to fill the time slot between 2 and 3 a.m. here on Free Radio, East Vancouver, BC, Canada. We'll then have the slot permanently.
Hey, partner, I'm just wondering, I was listening to the show earlier and wondering where you were yesterday there between 3 and 4 in the morning there.
I was on the beach.
Where were you there? I didn't hear you there. Say that one more time.
I said I was on the beach. I was on the beach last night. Between 3 and 4 a.m. I was on the beach.
Hey, partner, I bet you she didn't like that too much, eh? 1 hour long, you know, on top of her. Didn't feel good, eh?
No, I was on the beach, English Bay Beach. I was on the beach last night between 3 and 4. You asked me where I go, I tell you. You always get mistaken when it comes to talking to me sometimes when I say beach.
Well, you know, you should make that beach word part of your, like, your show there. It's kind of funny. Me and my buddies laugh every time I hear say it. And, you know, we support the free radio and we support rock and roll. You guys don't put that show on, we're going to have to just change the dial. And, you know, we're sending our money. You know, our money's as good as everybody else, right?
We thank you for sending in your money as a supporter of the free radio station out here in East Vancouver, BC, Canada. And if you put in your votes, I'm sure the rock show will win. So call up your friends, tell them to come out and listen to the free radio station that's going to put out the rock show maybe between the hours of 2 and 3 a.m.
Well, I'll be listening there, you know, and I'll get my buddies to call in and place as many votes as we can. I'm telling you that Bobby McGee, I'm telling you I like his show and, you know, I heard it and I want to hear it again. And thanks a lot, eh?
You're welcome. So now, back to back are the two shows, Frenchie's Advice and the rock show.
Hello, rockers. It's me, Bobby McGee, right here with the Rock Show. Yes, I'm one of the finalists, and I'm the one who's going to win, you know, because your girlfriend keeps telling all your friends about me. Yes, she does. You should talk to her, but I don't mind. I won't be one to talk to you about her because she's just doing me the greatest publicity. See, Bobby McGee, the Rock Show, brought to you by your complimentary, friendly, friend and free radio station here in East Vancouver, BC, Canada. Tonight's show will be centering around the rock musicians in the lower mainland, East Vancouver, who prowl across the roads and bars and after-hours clubs looking for ways in which they can earn experience to express themselves in the music and through the music that they do. And as I travel throughout the East Vancouver area, I would like to say to all those who know me, Bobby McGee, that I appreciate your efforts in helping me get this music on the radio, the free radio station. And, I want to say again, if your girlfriend there doesn't call me tonight, maybe, she usually does when your back's turned and likes to talk to me. Bobby McGee's word is where all the action is. And really, there's nothing you can do about it. So here we are tonight on the rock show with me, Bobby McGee, your girlfriend, lady friend. That's her right there. You looking at her right now. She knows me quite well, and so do all her friends. But I was wondering that, if she doesn't call me, maybe she could get her mum to phone me, or even, your mum. All of us together here listening to the rock show would be quite lovely. So stay tuned when the rock show continues. I'm just going to basically get a few things tuned up, play you a couple of songs. Bobby McGee is the one guy, the new sheriff in town, to which all the women bow down to. The men know to walk out of my way, because really, as it goes to be which one way or the other way, we don't know. But we always end up with one common denominator, which is Bobby McGee's left standing, and the babes are always right there by his side. And, there's really nothing you can do about denying that fact. You could try, but like I said, you could ask your girlfriend there and see what she says about me. I'm quite legendary, really, and the fact that I've got my own show really goes to prove something. You don't have your own show, and I do. So as we go on and continue in the night, you'll realise how great Bobby McGee is. No one really can compare, and your girlfriend there knows it, your mum knows it, and if you just tell her I'm on the radio, she'll come running right out. So, stay tuned. Coming up next is a lovely little song that I pulled up off the streets of East Vancouver for the free radio. Musicians there, and the band wanted me to play it, so coming up next to the break, a bit of Wild and Tease, the band from way back when, and studio musicians and all that. Be right back with the show, The Rock Show, with Bobby McGee, the new sheriff in town.
Alright there, we're going to do a quick ad here for the Novelty Adult Store on the Drive. We hope you all don't mind, but I don't particularly like doing it. It's kind of obscene, but I've been in there myself a few times and got a few gadgets that I can assure you I'll be returning.
That's right there, Dickie Pooh, and I'll be returning there too. The boys in blue, well, they're never around there, so if you really want to get something neat and just a nice little treat for yourself and your lover, just head on down to the Novelty Store, the Novelty Adult Store on the Drive, and see what happens. I'm sure your toes will just be a twitching.
Well, I don't know if they'll be a twitching, but I'll tell you, they'll be itching anyways. So we're going to be sitting here taking a call or two to see if anyone wants to talk about the Novelty Adult Store on the Drive and, the old commercial district part of town, East Vancouver, where free radio is being brought to you from. And if you want to make a call, do so now. We only got about 2 minutes left of this segment, so get your phone quick, make that call.
Dickie's right. So anyone out there want to go down to the Novelty Adult Toy Store? I call it a toy store, but it's really the Novelty Adult Store. But all the toys they got in there would just make any man or queen happy, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I just want to say that the Adult Toy Store, the Novelty Store down on the Drive, has these wicked little balloons. You can blow them up with helium. They'll do it for you, actually. They have a real fat lady in the back blowing up balloons for helium. Just joking.
I don't think you're joking too much there, Jane. I've seen that fat lady, and you know what? She never sings, because with her, this show's never over. It'd take about 80 days just to walk around her, let alone the 940 days they crawl over her.
Oh, Dickie, you're just so rude today. I don't think I can go back there now with you talking like this about her. I mean, my God, have you seen her? She's just the size of a tank.
Yeah, and the gust of winds that jettison out of her butt are sure like cannon blasts, if you ask me.
All right, we got ourselves a caller. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air, and I'd like to know what you think about the Adult Novelty Toy Store on the Drive.
I don't go to a novelty store. I'm a fat lady. I don't like you telling me I'm a fat Oh, look what you did, Dick. You just got yourself in trouble now. The caller's all upset at you. Calling somebody a fat person, you're going to get yourself in deep trouble, mister.
Whoa, don't get your pantyhose all up in a bunch of more tears than they already are there. They look like vines, by the way, there, Jane. But I wasn't the one to bring up a fat person in the first place. If I remember correctly, it was you there, Mighty Jane.
Well, you know, whoever brought it up, it just wasn't the right thing to do. And I think, if I remember correctly, it wasn't me, mister. You're always getting me into these toe jam ordeals, and I really don't like them. They're real sticky.
Oh, I tell you there, Jane, you get yourself all upset. You should inject yourself with one of your medications there. How many you got, 439 or what?
Those are for my puppies. Don't you dare talk about my puppies or bring up any medications that cost me a fortune. Just totally kids out of God's health. Yeah, I mean, just one has asthma, the other one's got total IBS problems all over the house. Everywhere you look, it's just total mess. Every time I come home, it's just, I can't even tell you.
And I don't want you to tell me if it sounds anything to do with IBS. I'm like around the block running to the nearest airport.
All right, we got ourselves a caller here, Dickie Poo Poo, and let's see who's online too.
Well, I'm calling about the novelty store that is on the drive.
Yep, that's what we want you to call in for. What would be your statement about the store there, sir?
Well, my wife went there and bought the very, very biggest dildo I could ever see. I tell you, I don't know what she wants to do with it. I'm telling you.
Well, when you say dildo, what do you mean exactly?
What do you think I mean? I'm telling you, a dildo, you know, those big rubbery things, you swing them around, you could beat someone with it. It's so big, I'm telling you, big chunk of rubber. I don't like it. She come at me, look at me very funny last night, I tell you, with it in her hand, and I said, don't you do it, don't do it, don't do it, I tell you.
Well, that sounds pretty spooky to me. What's your wife look like, by the way? Maybe she's that lady who works at the store we're talking about. Just kidding, by the way.
Oh, Dick, you're just silly. Looks really have nothing to do with it.
Looking at you there, Jane, I'd have to believe that comment.
So what do? I tell you, she got this big dildo, it looks like a doorknob with a huge arm on the end of it. I don't know what to do. It's like she looked at me funny last night. I tell you, I know tonight is coming, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to say don't do it this time. I'm telling you, the woman is just crazy. I don't know. Take away this store. I don't want to go there ever again. It's giving me bad dreams.
Well, I don't think that's the type of phone call we expected to get for the adult novelty store there, Dick.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, Jane. It looks like that might be one unsatisfied, partial, indirectly customer. I think the wife would be very happy with something the size of that, but it sounds like the husband's kind of in a fear, intimidation factor mode. I really don't know what to say about that, or to that guy. I just have to say take it back if you got your receipt.
Well, he can't do that, Dick, because, if he takes it back and he's got the receipt, what's his wife going to say? I mean, the thing's going to be missing, for God's sake.
I guess you're right there, Jane. I mean, something the size of that, go missing. It'd be like missing your semi-truck trailer in the back of your house if you woke up one morning and it wasn't there.
Oh, Dick, they're just not that big. I don't know what's your problem, but I'm telling you, I've seen them all pretty much, and I'm telling you, none of them are really that big.
Well, let me tell you something, Jane. I've been in those stores, and everything I've seen regarding the term dildo is so huge, I wouldn't go near it with a 10-foot pole. Maybe that's why all those packages are all ripped up and torn. It's guys like me terrified of going near them, and they're all ripped up and torn from being touched with by 10-foot pole.
So the truth about what happened to your face really comes out. Stay tuned for the show.
Alright out there, this is Bobby McGee back for the show, the next part of it. I wanted to bring you a cool little bunch of guys that I met on East Vancouver Drive there, commercial. They have some great music. This is when the lead singer who is singing on this one was known at the time as Wild and Tease, quite a popular band touring through the studios of Vancouver. And really, I've had a chance to talk with Dan Dees. He's the lead singer, and over the years, this particular track was recorded way back in 1990, I believe, and it goes way back. And he's currently singing now, older gent, and doing a great job. Before we get to the next segment, which will be his song, this one here is called Hey Hey Mama. It was written way back in 1990. Have a listen, and hope you enjoy it. This is Bobby McGee for Free Radio. Hope you enjoy the song.
Hello,
Buttface.
this is Therese. I'm sure you know where to find me.
If you spend your time waiting, she'll be walking past your gate and she'll be gone. Catch you in the morning, got your baby looking for you tonight. Oh, meet the story, gonna see you tonight. I said, hey, mama, what you say? Got your way tonight. Hey, mama, city lady, going out, gonna drive you tonight. Hanging on the corner, got a friend, gonna phone you tonight. Early in the morning, got a song you'll be singing tonight. I said, hey, mama, what you say? Got your way tonight. Hey, mama, city lady, going out, gonna drive you tonight. Come on, boy, get you down, boy, get you down, boy, get your ass downtown, give a lady. Give it a try, 'cause you can spend your time waiting. She'll be walking, hesitating, she'll be gone. This feeling that comes from the night, there's a lady I can't deny, yeah. My, get the lady in love. Give it a try, 'cause if you spend your time away, then she'll be walking past your gate, and she'll be gone, she'll be gone. Because she's looking really neat, or she's walking down the street. In the morning, got your baby looking for you tonight. You know she'll be looking for you, man. I'll meet you on the corner by the store, ain't gonna see you tonight. I said, hey, mama, what you say? Got your way tonight. Hey, mama, watch your lady going out, gonna drive you tonight. Hanging on the corner, got a friend, gonna phone you tonight. Early in the morning, got a song you'll be singing tonight. I said, hey, mama, what you say? Got your way tonight. Hey, mama, oh, city lady, going out, gonna drive you tonight. Hey, mama said, going out, gonna drive you tonight. Hey, mama, what you say? Going out, gonna drive you tonight. Hey, pretty lady, what you say? Going out, let me drive you tonight.
Hello there, friend. Can y'all say religion? Do y'all believe in religion? Do y'all care to come on down and hear my show on religion? 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. every morning, I talk to you about religion. Can you say religion? Why, it should be on the tip of your tongue. It should be there like the air you breathe, permanently etched in the esteems and so fortified solitudes of your soul. I'd like to say thank you to the free radio station for allowing us to put our commercial on the air to spread the words about religion. Religion is special. Everyone should have religion and know what religion is. Everyone should have religion in their hearts. You see, every morning at 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., we play religious songs about a higher belief in life. were and thus supports the belief that we all have one creator. So if y'all sitting there early up in the morning, don't know what to do, y'all can come listen to the show on religion, The Religion Show, the place where you'll find positive mental attitude applications. We always aim to please our listeners out there in East Vancouver. Hopefully we can help you in our songs and the ones that we find all about religion. Find all that you so seek in the course of your own travel towards religion. East Vancouver sure is a different place, but if we extend our hands in appreciation for one another, seeing them every day, just seeing them, yeah, that's right, religion, appreciation of all the others around us, appreciation for all of creation, religion, respecting our fellow man and woman and person as individuals on their course of self-expression and understanding the feelings that come with religion. My name is Pastor Stevens. Join me at 4:05 a.m. every morning to discuss religion.
Alright, fellow listeners out there in Free Radio Land, I'd like to say Bobby McGee's here, sitting back talking to you on during the music with your girlfriend. Yes, yes I am. So, that was Dan T's singing way back when he was Dan T's, and since I've spoken to him and as he's grown over the years, he's become known as Midnight Justice, and this is his music now. It's called They Got It All on Video. I hope you like it. This is Bobby McGee, flirting with your girlfriend and your mum. Have a great time. Talk to you after the tune. Free Radio.
When people took a look upon the other side of the city streets, it was there they saw. Beside something they couldn't believe, a crowd of teens dancing out late in the raw. It was then somebody yelled and said that they'd be right back and that they had to get it all on video. Nowadays they gotta make sure that you get far more than you get to see. And you know they got it all on video. From the longest damn legs that you've ever seen to confessions from people you're never gonna meet on the video. They got it all on video. Yeah, I remember the sights and I remember the nights and I remember the times when you could sneak on out into the city lights and not worry about a video if you punch someone out. You could be real wild and do it in style, but as a movie star, well, you did what you did, but that was all before they could get it all on video. No more picking your nose or blasting farts out loud. No more pulling the moon at the side of the road. They all got video. They got it all on video. Hey paparazzi, can you take me to the ex-president's home? 'Cause Willie Webster's brother wanna get it on video. Then I can sell it to those with the highest bid, so they can show the world just what I did and how I made a video. Hey paparazzi, can you take me to a movie star's home? 'Cause when she gets knocked up, I wanna get it on video. From the sickest damn things that you'll ever see to a robot screaming rides with a diamond ring on a video. They got it all on video. Smile, you're on video. From late night parties to real smooth and hard body street side hookers, every pedal pushers. There's bad cops, bad guys, good guys, wise guys, smart guys. You can't forget the glamour. They got it all on video. Sometimes I wish there never were such things as a video.
Alright, there we have it for you, the first half of the show, where we have a battle for the time slot of 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. here at the Free Radio in Vancouver, East Vancouver, BC, Canada. You'll be listening to The Rock Show with Bobby McGee. Now stay tuned for Frenchie's Advice Show coming up for the next half hour of the show. The East Vancouver Free Radio is sponsored by listeners and merchants on the drive who help us support the financial end that comes with running a radio show.
You know there, Carlos, you sound about as boring as a snail in an Olympic race. I don't know what to tell you, but you gotta pick up the pace there. I mean, really, the way you're just talking is just kind of putting me to sleep. People don't know what to do, if they're soaking their socks in their soup or if their soups are soaking their socks.
I'm sorry, I can't help it, it's the way I thought. My mother used to tell me when I was a little boy that if I wanted
Look,
to
let me
go-
tell you something there, Carlos. You drive me bazonka sitting beside you here. I feel the need to pull up a pillow or something. Even Jane makes my job a lot easier, and I don't mean to insult you or anybody who's listening to this show and likes Carlos. He's a really terrific guy. But fact of the matter is, hearing this guy talking, he's a beautiful person. Let me touch him and tell him he's okay. But, you know, he's just a little slow, a little too slow for this guy here, Dick. And Dick likes him fast, baby. He likes him as fast as the fast cars in the fast lane, if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm just telling the people about the time slot battle here at the East End.
Yeah, the East End part of Vancouver, we know all that there, shorty. Let me tell you, it's free radio in East Vancouver, BC, Canada. You get it here first, baby. Sponsored by the local merchants and the listeners to this show. See, Carlos, as simple as that. And we're having a 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. battle for the time slot between Frenchie the Frenchman here on an advice show. And we also got Bobby McGee for the rock show, which just played. I believe Frenchie's just coming right up here next, so I hope you all stay tuned and be prepared for the show. Pull up some popcorn. Frenchie's is quite a show. I heard the demo tapes. Quite impressed by this young man.
He's pretty talented, I must say. He knows how to talk a lot like you, a lot of hot wind and a lot of air.
Ooh, Carlos, you're getting a feel for it there, sonny boy. Looks like Jane's gonna be coming in here and learning a few tips from you. Soon enough, you keep up these banter. Anyways, there, Carlos came by here to look for some snot rags. There's a bunch of big mess over in the room there where I share with Jane. I don't know what the heck it is, but it looks like snot, and I'm not into picking it up with my bare hands. So you got any Kleenex around here, some tissue paper, you know, maybe a mop even, I don't know.
I don't think there's a mop or anything like that.
Well, what about a shop vac? Something that just, I don't want to go near that stuff. Who knows what it is? Contamination central. You know, you cough up some phlegm, you're leaving behind a whole city full of germs. And I'm telling you nowadays, the way people just do things, you know, they'll have a piece of pizza and stand on the darn sky train here, smear the little germs all over the railings, which everybody holds on to, then cough into their hands, touch the railings again, go back to the mouth. Meanwhile, there's this other guy with a total white, what do you call those masks on their faces because, you know, they got some contagious disease. Well, this guy's standing there and he's putting his hands on the railing as well. So, like, what kind of germs are mingling there? I don't know, but I certainly ain't into it.
Well, I tell you, there is a shop back up on the third floor. I think the steam cleaner place has one too on the first floor.
Well, just great. Maybe I can pay those guys a few bucks to clean up that mess. I really don't even want to go near the room, to be honest with you. But, okay, Carlos, keep up the good work, and I'll put in a good word with you with the big guy upstairs. So, I'll be on my way here. Take it easy, Carlos. You gotta go.
Alright, So here we are back with you, the listeners. Sorry for the interruption, and I will try to pick up the pace and how I talk. But you know, it is the way it is here at the free radio station in East Vancouver, BC, Canada. You get to do what you want to do. Express yourself the way you feel you want to be expressed. Is your nature, not by pressure. So, coming up now is the other half of the show, the battle for the time slot at 2 to 3 a.m. with Frenchy the Frenchman's advice.
So hey, this is me, Frenchy, and this is my advice show to you to come on and listen to me while I chat and rant and rave like you people wish you could do with your own radio show, but hey, only Frenchy has his radio show, eh? What I'm going to do here tonight is maybe take your phone calls and give you some of my advice. It looks like it's going to be a long, interesting night, or should I say morning, because it's not nighttime, and nighttime is from the PM hours. This would be the AM hours. What's with you? Are you stupid to think that this is nighttime? I don't know. Maybe I am stupid, but you are stupid to say I am stupid. I think maybe you... sorry, there I got carried away. I think I need to take my amitriptyline or something like that, or something to sedate me while I'm on my show. I get kind of excited, and well, maybe that is my problem. I mean, I was born and raised to be the kind of guy you don't and cannot control. I mean, my mommy always said that to me, that, you know, son, you are like a monkey with its head cut off. You are running around stupidly into walls even. You don't know they're there. She used to tell me. I thought it was funny because the walls, as if I did not know they were there, running into them like that. I did it on purpose, for crying out loud, mommy, to get your attention, eh? As if you didn't know that. But you know, here I am many years later, my head, she is okay, and I am fine with the things the way they are. So, I'm waiting to take your calls here tonight, and maybe we can chat about a few things like Canada and Quebec. Why do they ever want to separate? I don't get it. For me, for you, it's like taking pants off and just wearing underwear. I mean, if you think about it, and Canada was the pair of pants, even if Quebec was the pair of pants, and the underwear was Canada or Quebec, I don't care whichever way you look at it, to wear one without the other is sort of like maybe wearing the skin of a man while dressed as a woman. I don't get it, but that is how it seems to me, from my opinion. Frenchy, I tell you, is me the man telling you the advice you need to know, because sometimes people, they forget. But me, I don't forget. The doctors, they always tell me I don't forget. Just like I'm not forgetting, I'm waiting for your phone calls to call me and say hello. I mean, I'm not even sitting here with someone else. You think you'd not be thinking I'd be sitting here with my co-host. But I am just this finalist guy trying to get a time slot between 2 and 3 a.m. What is with that, I tell you? You think they just give it to me? After all, I'm French, and can't you tell? I mean, mon ami, if you think about it, I should be somewhere really different, but I have to start somewhere, and this is not about them, this is their free radio. It is quite the top of the crop, I tell you. Don't get me wrong, I'm not insulting anything like that or anyone who listens to this station. I know it's not a bad thing to listen to the radio. I mean, it is like my boots, my pair of boots that I wear. I keep them by the door for when I wear them, right? They are my boots. After all, where would I keep my boots? If they are not by the door when I need them, then I can find my boots. And when I need my boots to go outside, I tell you, I am one very important guy who needs his boots at the time. Let me tell you, the whole neighborhood will hear if I can't find my boots. So that is why I keep them by the door. That is why I suggest you keep your boots by the door too. I mean, if you don't keep your boots by the door, your mommy will come in and probably trip over them. You keep them somewhere else like that, on the living room floor rug, I don't know, or on the couch. Maybe your dog chew on your boots, I don't know. But I tell you, the best place for your boots is the place where I keep my own, by the front door, eh? So I tell you, I'm waiting here for the phone call. I did not forget. I tell you, the doctor said I cannot forget things that easy. I'm not like you, mon ami. I remember. I'm sitting here waiting for your phone call. What is with you people? It is only like 2 something in the morning, and this is my time slot trying to get a phone call on this free radio station in East Vancouver, BC, Canada, where the donations and the money used to pay the bills here are sent in from the listeners and the supporters of the station who are the merchants on the commercial drive area. This is Frenchy and my advice show. I'll come back and try to get you, mon amis, to try to answer the phone or call at least, eh? Samuel, have you ever noticed how there's always so many sirens out here in East Vancouver? It makes me kinda nervous, I tell you. It's quite different than China.
I know, it's sort of like the dogs at the border patrol, but go, I tell you. Anyways, here we are announcing our upcoming show. I tell you, from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. it is the Samyang Gu Guy cooking show.
You are right, Samyang. I tell you, everybody get prepared out there for the free radio station is going to give you the most enlightening, I tell you, recipe cookbook on how to cook Chinese food.
I tell you, Gu, you almost didn't get that one out right. I tell you, you got to be a pro like me, a chicken warrior. I tell you, look at me and Samyang, the most incredible chef ever to come across the line or the airwave. I tell you, here I come to cook and tell you how to cook like a chicken warrior champion.
I tell you, this will be our first show coming up, so I tell you, during our first show since we've come here from Beijing, China, we are very delighted to entertain you and tell you how to do some cooking. We have our little assistant chefs in the opposite kitchen helping us prepare our food, and our pots and water, which should come straight from the toilet every time, right, Samyang?
Oh, Gu, I don't get my water from the toilet. You are so silly anyway. No, they don't come from a toilet. I tell you, we just cook our water straight from a tap like everyone else, Gu. So I tell you, join us today for our 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. this morning show, Samyang and Gu Guy cooking show.
Samyang, I wonder what will we be cooking today? Will it be fresh leg of puppy or fresh leg of kitten? I wonder. Kitten chow mein, Samyang, imagine it going down.
Oh, I tell you, I can imagine it coming out real quick, Gu. I tell you, don't make me sick, I tell you. For no, today, I think we are going to cook a chicken chow mein and fried rice. I get many requests every time how to cook a very fine chow mein. And I tell you, I know how to make a chow mein better than anybody out there, I tell you.
Oh, Samyang, I tell you, sometimes you even amaze me. Well, okay, we will decide on the chow mein and the fried rice, but depending on what the type of chow mein we are going to be cooking has not been decided yet, Samyang. I still say we go for fresh chicken and the kitten chow mein. Maybe blend them together.
I don't think so, Gu. I think I just go for chicken chow mein and fried rice. That's all I want to hear. No more.
Well, if you don't want to put the kitten in the chow mein, then I don't want to put the chicken in the chow mein. I tell you, I must have a kitten in the chow mein, or maybe at least a little bit of dog chow, puppy chow. I tell you, a real little doggy woof woof walking inside my chow mein make me feel so good, Samyang.
I tell you, Gu, I don't understand the way you always do this. Every time I tell you we get into something when we're doing an interview to get a radio slot here between 3 and 4 a.m., you start talking about cooking a kitten and dog. I don't understand how we do it to cook a chicken chow mein. We make a big fine rice, I tell you. We just cook a chicken chow mein. We don't cook nothing else. I tell you, Gu, if you think you do this good, then they are not going to come to your restaurant, I tell you.
Samyang, you make very much sense this time, I tell you. Unlike every other day, you don't make no sense at all. But of course, I don't want people to think that Gu Guy Smorgasbord Palace on the Drive serves kitten or dog. No, we don't. We only serve chicken and beef, I tell you. We maybe some pork too, but that's about it. And fish, of course, we serve fish, but never no kitten or dog.
Well, I tell you, Gu, why you always do that, Gu? I tell you, you make people think the thing on the radio. You say you want a leg of kitten, leg of dog. I don't understand.
Samyang, I don't think life is meant for you to understand, let me tell you. But I will tell our listeners, yes, do stay tuned for the Samyang and Gu Guy cooking show coming up at 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. on the free radio station here in East Vancouver, BC, Canada, where you will learn how to cook very special. And I tell you that if you want to put in a leg of dog or a leg of cat, go free review ready.
Oh, Gu, I tell you, I don't know why you say such things all the time. You make my stomach hurl, Gu. I just want to go call that corner and just barf up a whole lunch and supper from last week. You talk about dogs and kids all the time. I don't know if I can take it, Gu. I signed on here to work with you. I don't know.
Go on, Samyang. Go on. I tell you, settle down. Don't worry. 3 to 4 a.m. The Samyang Gu Guy cooking show coming right up.
I tell you, Gu, I'm going to have to go see a psychiatrist. I'm going to have bad dreams over the comments of dogs and kittens. I don't know.
Samyang. Well, mon amis, we are back at the Frenchy Show for some free advice from me, Frenchy, yours truly. And we are sitting here waiting for phone calls. It's like nobody needs advice anymore. But you know, when you have an expert on the matter like me matters, I am the dude that you want to talk to because no one else will listen to you at this time of the morning. And I am just the kind of guy to sit here and talk to you about whatever it is maybe that you're having problems with. I mean, let me tell you something else that you might not know about this Frenchy guy sitting over here, and it is a lot to tell you in this little time I am allotted to talk to you during the free radio station time here on East Vancouver, BC, Canada, eh? And I hope that maybe you don't make me look too bad because I sit here waiting for phone calls and you know there's none coming in, and I think that maybe the music that I picked is appropriate for the setting. Everybody is busy tonight out there in East Vancouver, where all the guys and girls sit back and not talk to nobody, not even themselves. They just don't even pick up their phone. I tell you, what does it take? I'm sitting here waiting to give some advice. Maybe I give some advice off the top of my head, like, you know, put the toilet seat back down so that when your girlfriend comes in, her head does not get stuck when or get slammed on when the seat falls down. You know, she might not like it if the seat falls down on the back of her head when she goes in to use the washroom, we already have a phone caller who's smart enough to phone Frenchy the Frenchman during his advice show. So, here we go to answer the phone. Alright, caller number one, you're on the air talking to Frenchy the man here with all the advice you need to know. Tell me what you want, my friend. Hello, I tell you, my friend, I'm talking to you. Why don't you answer? I don't get these people out here. They don't want to talk. Back in Montreal, everybody, the phone would be ringing off the hook. My mother, brother, sister, everybody other would be phoning me to talk to Frenchy, the Frenchman, giving his advice. They all know me. Why don't you people pick up the phone? Or at least say something when you give me the phone call. What was that, eh? Like throwing an empty pile of snow at a wall. There's no one there to get hit. Alright, we have a caller. Let me say quickly. I tell you, caller number one, you are on the air with Frenchy, the Frenchman, and his advice show.
Okay, cool.
Alright, we have a woman on the line right now talking to Frenchy, eh?
Is this Frenchy?
Oh, this is Frenchy for most certainly, I tell you. And what can I do? I mean, this is Frenchy's advice show, yes.
I think you're really hot.
Well, I tell you, you sound very hot yourself, but with my luck, you are probably calling from China or something far away like that where I cannot go to see you or meet you, I tell you, eh?
I'm just outside the studio doors now.
Well, I tell you, that makes things a whole lot different for Frenchy. Maybe I should go do a on-street report and see what's happening. I mean, I tell you, there's nothing happening here in the studio. Nobody's phoning me. I can't figure it out. So what are you doing, eh? What do you think about things?
Why don't you get your little French face out here?
Well, I tell you, maybe I get my French face out there. I think that maybe I'm stuck in a studio, I tell you.
Well, if no one's calling, and I am, why don't you pick and choose who it's gonna be?
I think maybe I think I do the way of the French guy. I let the woman decide what I should do. I mean, she's the woman after all, eh?
Dump this gig and come meet me outside.
Well, I tell you, in 30 seconds I will be there. I have to go. This is Frenchy, the Frenchman, saying I don't care about this slot no more. I'm going to go. I have places to go. And
If I'm out here longer than 30 seconds, I'm gonna kick your French ass.
oh, she is a woman after my own heart, mon amis. I'm sorry. I quit this show. I feed you the sounds of silence on the street. I must go, I tell you. Hey, baby, I'm coming right now.
Don't keep me waiting.
Well, there you have it, mon amis. Frenchy, he must go somewhere where the lady is waiting for him. I must say it has been great, quite a pleasure to sit here and chat with you on the radio, but you know, as you've heard, there is a woman waiting outside of the studio for me, and I must say that before I go, this has been a great pleasure on the free radio station in East Vancouver, BC, Canada, but I think now where there's a different area or part of town that is calling me, I must go downtown down and visit those people I like so much. It is maybe a bit moist the place I'm going, but I don't mind a bit of wetness, but like Hawaii, you hang out your clothes to get wet. I tell you, I'm going to get wet. I'll talk to everybody later.
Oh, Frenchie, I heard what's going on. You can't leave the station right now, Frenchie. Who's going to take over your show? Frenchie. The boss is not going to like this. My hickory dickory split. So I'm telling you, this is just not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Well, hi, this is Jane from the Dick and Jane Show. And looks like Frenchie's just up and left. So, stay tuned. We'll let you know what's up.
Well, hello out there again. This is Carlos, and I'm here on the free radio station to say thank you to all the listeners once again who are supporting us in the battle for the time slot of 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. It would seem that there is a bit of a problem here. One of our contestants has bowed out of the competition. So by default, we have to accept Bobby McGee is the winner of the time slot from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m.
I tell you, that guy must have been pretty hard up to just walk away from his show like that. I tell you, Carlos, it does not make sense to me. I mean, I struggled very hard to get to the radio show I have with Samyang, and it just does not make sense to just walk away because of a woman. I don't know.
Well, I know. It's because he's a breeder. You know the types. They just go rent some basement somewhere and they meet up and mingle and jingle and kringle and all that stuff, and then out pops the baby.
I tell you, most politically incorrect all the way there, Gene. That is not a very good thing to say, but I would have to say that maybe I would think of possibly running outside the door if my dream woman was out there too. I don't know, but I tell you, it is very odd indeed.
I would have to agree too that maybe if my dream woman was out there too, I would maybe leave my job and everything I know and work for just to be with her. I don't think so.
Well, I tell you, man, I might be doing it myself. I'm not sure sometimes the way these way ladies are nowadays, period, and just stating gyrates and all those moves. They're just an incredible woman. The woman seems to be coming on to take on the techniques of the man, if you know what I mean. She's far more aggressive, and she coming at you in every which way you can possibly conceive.
I would have to agree with you on that one, DJ. You see, because it's like Samyang himself, he's very feminine in some ways. I tell you, I don't understand that boy. Sometimes you would think he's very feminine, should have been born a girl, but of course I would not tell him that. Of course I would never would I tell you.
Oh, I just think you guys are being so silly. I mean, what's the difference between a feminine man and a macho man? I think I answered my own question on that one, didn't I? Goodness gracious.
Well, I think I don't know much to say, but this is the free radio where we are discussing the default on the Frenchy the Frenchman's part for just up and leaving his time slot battle for 2 a.m. to 3 a.m.
I think that, though, but maybe possibly, I tend to agree with you that the guys are becoming more feminine, like they're all shy and stuff, crossing their arms and legs, kicking these invisible cans, But I'm telling you, in the old days, the man was the aggressor. He was not the pursuer.
Well, I don't know if I agree with you on that, DJ, you see, because the man's always been the aggressor and the pursuer and the pursuee. It just depends on really what your preference is, and we really don't want to be getting into that because, I just get so heated on that one, it just makes my bumbles boil.
Makes your bumbles boil or your boils bumble there, Jane. I don't know. I would just have to say that whatever Frenchie's decision was to leave, he decided to do it on his own, and there's no one who forced him to do it, I tell you. And I think myself, Jane, that if you had someone waiting outside, you would be running outside pretty quick with your lips all puckered up.
Yeah, that good one there, go, I tell you right now.
Well, I think you two are just the silliest two guys I've ever met. I know you're just jostling me and all that stuff, and, well, really, if I had to discuss it, I would have to say that I've noticed a lot more boys than men lately, and that's a shame because, you see, I happen to have a thing for men, real men, so I can kind of sort of see your perspective there, DJ and Goo.
I would have to say that under the subject of a breeder, if you guys could get knocked up, you'd become breeders too. I mean, it must be nice to have such carefree sex and just have sex on the beach and sex on a roof and everywhere you want. I tell you, when you're a guy who chases a woman, it is really hard because she can get knocked down.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. You're just being downright silly and goosey-boosey. I just don't need to talk about this stuff. Like, what's the difference between a guy pursuing a guy and a girl pursuing a guy? And just get with the show.
Yes, I guess we should get with the show, but the difference between the guy pursuing the guy and the girl pursuing the guy is one is far more pretty and attractive to watch on video, I tell you. I should show you some that I have. It very much interesting, I'm sure.
Well, alright. We will get on with the show. You will look again at the time slot battle from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. is over. The final winner is Bobby McGee for the rock show, which will now be played from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. from tomorrow onward every morning for you to listen to.
You know, Goo, I think
Compliments
you're silly. I just
of the
don't
free
make no sense
radio
to me at all. This
station
don't get
here
done
in
because all
East
an uproar getting
Vancouver, BC.
I tell you, Jane, you need to get your legs hidden. I think all those tree stubs are growing and rooting inside your body, going straight to your brain. I don't know, but I think I should have to say, stay tuned, listeners, because the show only gets
Alright, free radio station is Vancouver, BC, Canada.